All right. Let's get moving today. Beautiful, beautiful day outside. I hope you all have some time to play a little bit later. Let's stretch and reach our arms all the way up, inhaling and exhaling, opening wide. And try that again. Inhale, scoop and lift, fill those lungs. And exhale, open. We'll take our sideways stretch, reaching one arm up, inhale. Exhale, pouring up and over, feel that length through the side body. Exhale, hollow and contract. Enjoying that diagonal stretch. Let's come back to our sideways position again. Inhale and exhale, bringing yourself up. Other way, inhale, lift up. And exhale, pouring up and over. Good, scoop the abs and curve over. Nice, let's bring ourselves back to sideways position. Inhale and exhale to return. Just feeling the length of your spine now, gently bringing your chin towards your chest, feeling the length of the back of the neck. And then carefully bringing your head back up to vertical. And then just tipping the head to one side. Feel energy reaching down and away with that opposite shoulder. Maybe placing a little extra weight with the hand. Not putting much weight at all. Maybe pressing through that heel of the hand. Feeling that deepened stretch. Perhaps spreading the palm wide. Spreading those fingers out. And then again, maybe take a little investigative search. Let that arm meander a little bit. Ooh, maybe finding another area or two of stretch there. And then releasing the hand, help support your head, come back up to center and release. We'll try that on the other side. Gently pouring the head up and over. Maybe adding that opposite hand coming top, just draped across that ear. Reaching down with that other shoulder. If you can, press through that heel of the hand. Continuing to breathe. Spread the palm wide. And then again, maybe take a little journey with that arm, finding other tight places. When you find a good one, you might just pause there and take another deep breath or two. And then we'll release the hand and help the head coming back up, and then undrape that arm. Take some shoulder glides up and down here. So gliding, inhale, hot air balloon shoulders, rising, rising up, and then drifting down, feeling that length. And try that again. Gliding and sliding, floating shoulder blades coming up, and exhale, sliding down the back. And then just staying here in that long posture, try a little turn of the head, side and center and side and center, and one more time each way. Good, just freeing up that movement at the top of the spine. Great, let's move into a little inner thigh stretch. So extending one leg out to the side, still keeping your pelvis stacked as we are. Making sure this leg is long and knee is on top. You can flex that foot as well. And then just take a little walk forward, hinging forward to where you feel that stretch into the inner thighs there. That's it. Breathing deeply there. Just be careful that that leg doesn't roll in. And then maybe point the foot. Maybe you have a little bit more range. You can deepen a little bit further. And then help yourself on up. We'll take that leg across the body for a bit of a twist stretch. Both sitting bones onto the floor. We'll gather that thigh in toward the opposite shoulder, lifting the abdominal so that you have more space to spiral. And then rest that hand on the floor, pulling that thigh into your chest as you deeply breathe. Good, and then we'll unwind and go the other way. Same arm as leg, press on the inside, twisting the other direction. Good, and then coming back through center, and if you're able to, you can stack those knees one on top of the other, And again, take a little hinge forward, breathing into your tail feathers there. Feel that stretch into the hips. And then we'll bring ourselves up and try all of that on the other side, extending the other leg out. Pelvis stacked, knee on top. We'll start with the foot flex, feeling that reach through the heel. And then again, just walk yourself forward to where you feel that inner thigh lengthening. And then again, point through the toes, point the ankle, extend, and feel that stretch change a little deeper. And then again, help yourself to come back up. We'll bring that leg across the body. Feel those sit bones on the floor. We'll gather that thigh in toward the opposite shoulder, lifting up through the torso, long spine, spiral twist, and breathe here. Nice little internal organ massage. Other way, pressing against and spiraling the other direction. Keep the breath moving. Good. And then again, if you're able, bringing the knees one on top of the other. And again, another hinge forward. Good. And then bringing yourself back up. We'll place the feet on the floor in front of us, maybe just hinging, resting on your hands behind yourself. We'll take a little windshield wiper of the thighs. So just letting the knees shift one side. At first, we'll keep the pelvis relatively steady, so anchoring on the sit bones, and just see how much range you might have, maybe a lot more than I have. Bring it back to center, and then go the other way. Keeping the pelvis in place just to see how that is a little different. We'll bring it back up to the center. And now then, as you spill over to one side, maybe your hip can go with it a little bit, feeling a little different stretch to the hip. And again, abdominal support, you bringing yourself back. And then other side, shifting, maybe let that hip go with it a little bit deeper. Good. And then coming back to center, we'll bring our feet, soles of the feet together into our butterfly position. And again, just walking the fingertips forward, stretching out. And then we're going to walk our hands to the diagonal. So walking over. If I'm reaching over to the right, I'm going to inchworm my left fingertips a little bit further. So I feel a little deeper stretch, maybe all the way up into the lats. And then walking back towards center, then we'll go to the other side, walking the hands over to the left, and let the right fingertips reach a little bit further on the floor. Feeling that oppositional stretch. Good, coming back towards center, softening there. And then scoop the abs in, roll yourself up, and then we'll shift over to the side. Go ahead and take your slow contractions. So finding yourself sitting tall. See if you can do this without using your legs. If you need to, please do so. But contract and slowly roll down, feeling that scooping of the abdominals. Following as you roll yourself down onto the mat. And then once you arrive, let's bring the knees into the chest, feeling that length through the spine, tailbone reaching downward, energy out to the top of the head, nice softness across the chest and shoulders. Let's take our hands on top of the knees and move into our stirs. So guiding the thighs around a few times each way. That's it. And then we'll reverse directions. Go a few times the opposite direction. Good. And then we'll open the arms out all the way, palms up to the ceiling. Surrender, feel that stretch and that length across the chest. Let's tip the knees over to the left, over to the right. That's it. And then abs gather in, bring yourself back to center, and then other way. Knees over to the right, head over to the left. And then again, scoop and gather, bringing yourself back up to center. Good. You can rest the hands at your side, place your left foot on the floor. Let's extend the right leg softly bent, working through the foot here. So flexing and pointing, really trying to press through the sole of the foot, working, articulating through those metatarsals. Good. And then a few circles, one direction, 2, 3, and then reversing, 1, 2, 3, and then we'll lengthen that leg long and then find your hamstring stretches here. So left leg long on the floor and then taking hold of that right thigh, either behind the thigh, maybe a little higher up. Soften us in those exhales down into wherever they're needed in the back of the thigh there. Let's flex and fold, bending the leg in. Good, inhale. And then exhale, send the heel back up to the sky, reach to the heel. And then point. And we'll do that yet again. Flex and fold, hinging in. Nice breath in. And exhale, reach it up. Good, and then again, pointing through the foot, maybe get a little bit closer in. Good. So you can do this next part with the knee bent or extended. We're going to go into inner thigh, outer thigh. I'll try it with the leg straight today just for your visual aid. You can turn that leg out and open it to the side. So again, if this is too much, you could just do it with the knee softly bent, but opening the thigh bone away from the other side, keeping that left hip in place. Breathing there. And again, scoop in those abdominals as you help that leg come back up to center. We'll take it across the body now. So again, either long leg or bent leg across, feeling that outer hip stretch. And maybe spiraling all the way over, allowing that right hip to come away from the floor. Breathe into the low back. And that outer hip. And again, on the next exhale, scoop those abdominals in, bring the pelvis back. Make sure you check in that you have length evenly through both sides of the waistline. You can place your hands on the floor. Let's move into our circles here. Inhale, leg goes across the body, and exhale, circle sternum. It might be smaller today, that's all right. Inhale across, and exhale, circle sternum. Keeping your seatbelt of strength working. Inhale, and exhale. And again, inhale. And exhale. Let's reverse it now. Inhale, open. And exhale, circle 1. And again, open. And circle stir 2. And open. And around 3. And again, open. And around 4. Good. Reach, baby. Give that leg a little bit more hamstring stretch. And then we'll lengthen that leg all the way down to the floor. Just take a moment to see how warm this right hip feels as compared to the left. And then we'll go into our whole thing on the other side. So you can bend that right leg again for support. Take that left leg up and working through the foot. Pointing and flexing. Watching that parallel alignment as you move. Really pressing through that ball of the foot. And then take a few circles each way. Good, getting things moving, other side, other direction. All right, now and both legs up again. We'll extend that right leg long and then feel that stretch through the hamstrings on the left side. Taking a hold of the leg wherever you can. Energy down through the tail as that leg lengthens away. Continue to breathe here. We'll flex and bend the knee. I like to inhale here. And then on the exhale, extending through the heel, reaching that leg back up, getting that calf stretch. And then again, point, maybe get a little deeper into your stretch. Good work. Let's try that again. Flex and fold, bend it in, inhale. And then again, exhale, reach it back up. Good. Point, maybe getting a little bit more range. Good, and then we'll go into the same inner thigh stretches. You can either do it with the leg straight or bent. Turn the leg out and then opening it out to the side, maintaining the right hip on the floor so we don't shift over. Good, opening up that inner thigh. And again, exhale, sending your abs zipping up and in, bring the leg across. We'll take it with the opposite hand. And again, either bent or taking that lever longer intensifies the stretch. And then again, perhaps twisting all the way over if that feels good to you. Breathe into that low back, try to lengthen and open up the chest. Good, then again, exhale, gather the abdominals back to the mat. Finding that leg above you again, long, even waist lines on both sides. You can place your training wheels beside you, your hands on the floor, circles. Inhale across the body. Exhale, circle one. Inhale. Exhale, put all that effort out of your shoulders and into your low belly. Inhale and exhale, circle. And again, inhale and exhale, circle. Let's reverse for 4. Opening and stirring in a hip socket, 1. And opening and circling, 2. Again, open and circle, 3. And last time, circle 4. Maybe get a little more range. And then lengthen the leg all the way down to the floor. And hopefully your hips are nice and evenly warmed up. Just let them wag in and out a little bit. We'll keep the legs heavy and released on the floor, but focusing on that pelvis in its easy resting position. Feel your zipper zipping up. We can either use the mat as a little support for your head to find that chest fold, or if you don't need that, you can just have your hands on the floor. Reach into the fingers, sending those shoulders sliding away from the ears. Let's pivot underneath the sternum. So you're feeling that pivot point, looking directly forward. Let's stay here. Inhale, reach the arms up, up, up. Exhale, down, 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 and then relax your head. Again, we'll do that again, or use your mat, just curling up and working that place of feeling your zipper zipping. If you're not using your mat, your arms float up, up, and reach, 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 and resting back down. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, abs zip up and in as you reach. Just looking at your toes. Paint the wall up, 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 reach, down, 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 and rest. 1 more time. Inhale, exhale, scoop and lengthen, and float up, 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 and down, 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 and rest yourself back down. Good job. Bend your knees now. Place your feet on the mat. Still in our easy resting position with the pelvis, okay? We're gonna take one hand behind our head. So I'm taking my right hand behind my head. I'm gonna do that same chest fold with a little bit of support. Take your left arm on a little 45-degree angle. And then we're gonna steer rainbow over to one side. Come back up over the knees with the hand and steer it to the other side. And come back. My right elbow is nice and open. I'm just rotating, wringing out my obliques. Trying to keep that pelvis steady, rocking from one shoulder to the other shoulder blade. 1 more time this way. Up and over. And center, keeping that pelvis steady. And other way, wring it out. Coming back to center. Woo, roll yourself down. And then switch it out. Other hand behind your head. Other arm long by your mat on the floor. Exhale again, find that pivot point. And then float that right arm 45 degrees. And over to the left, rock it over, steering over. Try to keep the legs from wanting to shift. And center. And then bring it over to the other side. And center. Keep your pants zipping up. Let's go again. Over. And center. And over. And center. I'm feeling it. I hope you are too. 1 more time. Bring it over. And center. And over. And center. Inhale. Exhale. Release. Hug both knees into your chest. That was a little challenge. You could clearly do that without your hand behind your head and just reach both hands, by the way. But I thought I'd mix it up. Give yourself a little support with the hand behind the head. Very good. From here, now that our abdominals are awake, let's move into our coordination exercise. Big inhale, exhale, find that chest fold, this time reaching the fingertips, extend the legs as long as you can. They can be slightly bent if you need to, but abs are with us. We inhale, open the legs apart, peekaboo, and close. One leg opens, try to keep those hands hovering above the floor. Close it together, other side, open, and close it together. Bend the knees, soften, give yourself that hug at the bottom. Just 3 more times. Exhale, curl up, reach. Inhale, open both legs. Exhale, gather together. Let's start with the other leg first this time. Open one leg and close it. Still keeping our scoop. Other side, open and close. Bend the knees, rest yourself down. Again, you can always use your mat with your hands if you need to. Here we go again. Exhale, curl up. Inhale, open. And exhale, close. One leg opens. Try not to tip over. Gather together. Feeling that seatbelt of strength. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Take your time. Rest your head back down. One last time. Exhale, curl up, reach. Both legs. Inhale, open. And exhale, close. And now one leg open and close. Other side, working hard. And close, bend your knees and relax your head back down. Place your feet back down on the mat. Let's surrender palms up at your side, nice and wide and open across the chest. Feet even on the mat and parallel, all 10 toes on the floor. Inhale. Exhale, imprint that low spine, peeling the pelvis up, rolling up into our articulated bridge. Lifting the pelvis up, feeling the strength in the backs of the legs. Take your full inhale at the top and exhale. Sigh of relief, melting your spine back down. Curving through, painting that dotted line down on the mat and unfurling into your easy resting position. Let's try this again. Breathing in. And exhale, hollowing the abdominals, healing the tailbone, the sacrum, the lumbar spine, the thoracic spine. Feel that balance wide across the shoulder blades here. Inhale and exhaling, curving, abdominals retreating inward. Soften the throat, release the neck, melting all the way back down. One more time today. Exhale, scoop and bridge up. Lifting, lifting, lifting. Pausing at the top, inhale. And then exhale, slowly rolling the spine back down. Working that coordination and control. Now then you can either just bring your legs a little further away from each other or from your pelvis further out with knees bent. We're going to go into roll up, or you can extend your legs long if that's better for you. We'll take the arms up to the ceiling and then lengthening overhead. Feeling the abdominal support for the rib cage. Here we go. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, nice and smooth. Right up that center line. Chin to chest. Scoop with those abdominals. We'll take that fold, reaching up and over. Abs retreating away from your nose. And then exhale, scooping out slowly, slowly, slowly. Soft shoulders. Strong core. Melting yourself all the way back down to the floor. And once again, inhale and exhale. Spine like a wheel. Trying really hard not to shift from one side or the other, but coming right up that center line as best you can. Find that wide upper back as you reach. Exhale, descending. Staying low over your legs. Breathing as many times as you need to get the job done. Here we go again. Inhale. If you need to, use your hands on your legs. Help yourself come up right at that center line. There you go. And again, reaching up and over. Take that breath in. Exhale, glide the shoulders down and away. Melting yourself back down. That's right. Good. And one last time, inhale those arms, exhale, heavy legs, just turn those legs off, using your center, there we go. And then again, you can maybe open those sitting bones apart a little bit, take your forward fold over the legs, Give yourself a little massage there. Good. And then we'll just bring ourselves up to our tall sitting position. I'm going to scooch back a little bit. Flexing the feet and separate so the shoulders, or sorry, the feet are shoulder distance apart. We'll take our spine stretch forward. So arms reaching up nice and tall. Feel that length through your spine. Elegant posture. Inhale. Exhale. Pull the belly button backward. Reaching, guiding your head through your arms towards your tail. Feel that stretch of the upper back and the hamstrings. Inhale. Stack the spine. Roll yourself back up tall. Let's do our goalpost arms today. Exhale, bending those elbows flat to the floor. Inhale, opening the chest and looking upward. Feel the collarbones stretch. Come back to center. We'll do that again. Inhale, tall. And exhale, diving forward, head to tail, upper back, rounding up and over, strong abdominal support. Inhale, unfurl, roll yourself back up, shoulders drifting away. Exhale, elbows bend. Inhale, heart lift, stretch. And bring it back to center. One more time here. Inhale to prepare. Exhale to deflate. When there's nothing left to deflate, inhale, inflate. And exhale, elbows bend. And inhale, heart lifts. Great. And come back to center. Extend those arms, palms flat toward the wall in front of you for soft. Rotating the rib cage. Spiral. Looking back toward that back hand if you can. And then sawing off that front ankle. Reach, reach, reach. And inhale. Gather everything back up to center line. And unwind. Other side. Taking our time here. Inhale. Really wringing it out. And then exhale, fold and lengthen. 2, 3. Inhale, gather it back up. And exhale, unwind. Again, seeing if you can really move with control. Continue the flow. Lengthen and reach. Continue, continue. Inhale, gather it up. So it's a seamless dance. And unwind to the other side. Keep it traveling, keep it flowing. And exhale, fold, reach, reach, reach. Inhale, gathering back up. And exhale. Well done, good. Let's go ahead and carefully go over onto our belly for our extension series. Again, legs are long behind you, slightly apart. Let's come to a position where we're stacking the palms of the hands and bringing the forehead to rest. As you're here in this position, just check to make sure you're not scrunching your shoulders up to your ears. See if you can continue to feel that sense of space. And then we'll stay here, keeping the abdominals buttoned up, lifting up, one leg at a time, alternating leg lifts. So we're going to send laser beam energy reaching through the toes. Straight legs. See if you can float that leg up off the floor, keeping the pelvis connected to the floor, and then lower that leg back down. Other side, reach energy long. Extend that knee as straight as it'll go, and then float the thigh up, keeping the pelvis anchored, and then lower that leg back down. Continue like this, reaching energy through that leg. Float that leg, energizing the hamstrings, the glutes. Lower the leg down. Other side, lengthen and reach. Floating it up and lowering it back down. We'll continue with this, but adding to it to challenge the thigh stretch. Extend that leg, float it up off the floor. Now then, see if you can keep the thigh off the floor, bend the knee, pull your flexed heel in towards your tush. Point, extend the leg back out. And then lower it down. Little challenge. Other side. Float, extend, lift. Bend the knee, flex the foot. Keep the thigh suspended in space. Bend. Point, extend it back out. And lower it back down. Let's try this again each side. Keep your abdominals zipping up so you don't feel any pressure into your low back. Float that leg up. Bend and flex. Quad stretch, hamstring work. Push, point back out, and lower it down. Other side, float, energize, lengthen out, and bend and flex. Hold it in, and push and point. Lengthen, ooh, and lower it back down. Wag your hips side to side, let that rest. And now going into some extension work. We'll still be here with our forehead at our palms. Here's your task. See if you can keep this shape with your upper body. Abs engage. See if you can float your elbows a little bit off the floor. And then float your hands, bringing your head with it. Lifting up. And exhale, lower back down to rest. Again, elbows lift up. Head on your hands, lift up, abs still zipped up. Exhale, lower back down. And rest. Try it 2 more times. Elbows wide and wingspan, lift. And head on your hands, float, even if it's just an inch, that's all right. Lower it back down. And rest. 1 more time. Elbows extend, float. And upper body lift. Keeping that neck nice and long. Lower yourself back down. And easy does it. Very, very good. Bring your hands down by your shoulders. Let's do 2 gentle swan extensions here. Pushing that imaginary marble with your nose, letting your eyes follow it on the floor. Feel the length in the back of the neck as you press into your hands, finding whatever degree of extension feels good for you today. Stretching the front of the body, keeping your smiling collarbones, and then slowly painting your eyes back down the wall. Rolling gently back to where you began. And take that 1 more time. Reaching out, energy out to the top of the head. And then working that mid down. Keep the back of the throat long. You could still sing or speak here. Inhale at the top. And then exhale, rolling yourself back down, nice and easy. Very, very good. Okay, come back up to your hands and knees position. And we'll find our tabletop. Little coffee table position here. Take your cat and cow here, gently working through the spine. Being kitty cats that love to stretch, rounding the spine. Maybe shifting your weight from front to back a little bit in that curve. And then opening the chest, sliding the shoulders away from the ears. And bring yourself, when you're ready, back to your all fours, long spine position. We'll do our thread the needle. So abs are with us, heart is lifting up away from the floor, wide upper back. Airplaning one arm out to the side, challenging that stability through the opposite shoulder. And then we tip and spiral, lift up to the sky, opening the shoulders, opening the chest. Now hollow the abs, round that cat back as you thread through. And take your stretch, lowering the head and shoulder toward the floor, breathing across the scapula. And then abdominals are with you, pressing into the hand that's supporting you on the floor. Return to that airplane, that 3-legged table. And then bring your hand back to the floor. We'll try all that on the other side. Abs are with you, heart is lifting, shoulder stability happening. We airplane one arm out to the side, keeping everything the same. Now then we spill the contents of our table and look up to the sky. Inhale. Exhale, hollow the belly, dome and thread. Spiral rotation, peekaboo underneath that arm. Breathing into the shoulder. Excellent. And again, pressing into the hand that's on the floor. Find that 3-legged table, heart floating above you. Return both hands for now on the floor. Take your cat back stretch and then slowly send that shift way back toward your feet into our child's pose position. Either fingers reaching forward, letting your head come to the floor, or perhaps bringing both hands beside yourself, just letting the shoulders be soft. Whichever way feels best for you today. As you're here, practice that full back breathing, inhaling, filling your gills. And exhale, melting into the floor, resting the shoulders, resting that low back. Try that one more time. Inhale, filling your lungs. And exhale, melting. Good, good, good. Slowly bring yourself rolling back up to a seated position. Good, good. We'll move into just a little bit of side legs today. And we'll find our position lengthened out. We're going to work on our inner legs a bit. So taking this top leg, you can cross it over. So your knee is resting on the floor. I actually prefer for myself standing on the foot. So whatever works best for you is fine. We're going to be addressing this bottom leg here. So hello, bottom leg. Let's lift it up. Flex the foot and then rotate it, turning it out. So you'll feel that greater trochanter that you're lying on. If you need more padding, you can do that here. But we're keeping the leg straight, exposing that inner thigh. Let's go for 10 leg lifts without letting the foot touch the floor. Here we go. Lift up, 1 and down. And again, 2 and down. Check that this top shoulder isn't doing the work for you. And down, and 4 and down. This is 5. And down. My abdominals are still with me, zipping up, 6 and down, and 7. Keep breathing, 8. Energy through that heel, 2 more, 9 and 10. Stay lifted, point the foot, keep it turned out, 4 little stirs, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Reverse it now, 1. We still haven't touched the floor, 2 and 3 and 4, and let that rest. I think that's plenty. Let that leg, if it's not there already, cross over. We'll bring the hands together and take our big open the door. Open that book, reach forward, let your head roll, open the chest. Feel that stretch. Good, and as you're ready, gather and roll it back over. Good job. And then careful transition over to the other side. Take your time. Finding your other hip. And then again, same thing here, either crossing that top leg over to get it out of the way or standing on your foot, whatever works. And then again, bottom leg, reach and float it up off the floor. Flex the foot and then externally rotate. So my toes are pointing down, rotating in my hip socket, exposing my inner thigh to the ceiling. Here we go, 10 lifts. So 1 and down, and 2 and down, and 3 and down, 4. Keep the breath moving. 5 and 6. That's it. Long stretch legs. 7. Energy through the heel. 8. 2 more times. 9 and 10. Stay lifted. Point the foot. Circle 4 times. 1 from that hip socket. 2 and 3 and 4. Reverse it. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. At last, your leg can release. We'll cross. Leg is easy here. Stack the palms, rest the head. And then take that top arm, slide it forward. And opening up the chest, allowing the ribs to move. Allowing the head to be soft. Surrender through the chest. Good. And again, gather and close the book to come on back. Let's roll over onto your back again. And we'll do a little inner thigh stretch here. Bringing your knees into your chest. Take a hold of your ankles And open those knees out to the side. Little butterfly, happy baby-esque moment here. I'm just playing with those feet, opening the knees. And again, if you needed more stretch, you could extend the legs, maybe offer a tiny bit of pressure with the hands on the thighs to get a little deeper stretch. And then use the hands to help your legs come back together again. We'll go into a little hip stretch again here, swiveling one leg on top of the other and bending the knees. This is very similar to what we did sitting earlier today in our stretch. Take a hold of those ankles or pant legs, whatever you can grab. Pull the ankles outward and then inward as your tailbone roots down toward the floor. Breathing into those stretches into the hip. Maybe take a tiny little shift, rocking side to side. A little deeper stretch into different attachments. And then exchange. Swivel the other leg on top, crossing high at the thighs, bend the knees. Take a hold of whatever you can grab, and then outward pull and inward pull. Reach the pelvis down toward the mat. Send those exhales down to where you need them, where you're feeling the stretch. Maybe take a little shift. Good. And then again, unwind and just hug those knees into your chest. Good. Nod your chin to chest. If you can slowly rock yourself back up to a sitting position. Once again, opening the knees into that butterfly seated, and maybe take, instead of rolling forward, take a flat back hinge forward. So you're just keeping that energy long through the spine and taking a little different approach to that stretch there. And then stack yourself coming back up to center. And we'll take our mermaids today. Bringing your legs swoosh to one side, really sitting more on one hip. Okay, hold on to that outer ankle. Let's lift the other arm up, let the shoulders drop down away, but reach up. Side bending over towards your mermaid tail. Feel that length all the way into the connections in the top crest of that hip. Hand behind the head. Let's peekaboo up, open the chest, spiral. And then big hollow contraction, twist and bring elbow toward knee, breathing into that back space. Abdominal scooped. Good, bring yourself back into your sideways position. Lengthen that top arm, reach, 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 and then bring yourself on up. Let's switch our legs to the other side and do this on the other side. Again, sitting on the one hip, ankles stacked. Let's lift the one arm up, shoulders dropped. Inhale and exhale, pouring yourself up and over. Deep, deep stretch there. Good. Hand behind the head, peekaboo looking upward. And then exhale, hollow the abdominals. Twist on that diagonal, elbow toward your knee. Breathing there. Good. Come back to your sideways position, perhaps getting a little bit more range. Extend the arm. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Good job. Bring yourself back on up. Come back over to hands and knees again. And we'll stretch out our calves, reaching one foot behind ourselves. Press that ball of the foot into the earth, reaching the heel long, extending that knee. Shifting your weight off of your hands, really trying to press and lengthen the back of that leg. And then carefully bring yourself out of that other side, other ball of the foot, press, reach. Good, and then coming back to center, helping one leg come through into your low lunge. Walk that foot forward and press the pelvis forward. As you're there, open your focus, look straight ahead. Maybe just resting on the fingertips there, pressing the pelvis forward, enjoying that stretch. And we did a lot of inner thigh work today. So today, take that leg, if you can, open that thigh, turn it out, and maybe bring your hands on the inside of that leg, hinging a little bit deeper, feeling that inner thigh stretch. Still keep energy long through the top of the head, not hunching. Good. Help that thigh come back to parallel, close it back in. And then rock your hips back, flex that front foot, and feel that stretch through the calf and hamstrings a little deeper. Good. And then carefully help yourself out of that. We'll bring our other leg out. Right between the hands, maybe walk it forward a bit. So that as you hinge forward, this is a right angle, knee right over that heel. Roll the shoulders open, look straight ahead. Sending that pelvis forward, feeling that deep, deep stretch at the front of the hip. And again, if it feels good to you, turn out that front leg, lock yourself in a little bit for that deeper inner thigh stretch there. Breathe in here. 2 for 1 special. Good. Bring your leg back to parallel. And then again, hinge the pelvis back, flex that front foot. Good. And then again, just help yourself out of that. We'll bring ourselves to another comfortable sitting position, whatever works for you. If you want to bring your soles of the feet together again or stretch your legs straight out, whatever works best for you. Just taking a few more shoulder rolls, rolling the shoulders up and back and up and back and up and back and again up and back, lengthening the arms out. Gather for that nice hug, crossing one arm on top of the other, maybe taking a hold of the outsides of the shoulders, gently nodding forward, widening the shoulders behind you. And lifting to come back up, whichever arm is on top, note which one that is. Open palms up to the ceiling, serve and lift the chest, opening the heart. And let's do the other side, crossing the other arm on top for your hug. And keeping the abs with you, folding forward. Stretching across that upper spine. Roll yourself back up to vertical. And opening the palms up to the sky, lift the heart. And bring yourself back down to center. And just test that head turn again, side and side. Maybe feeling a little longer. And again, side and side. Back to center. One more deep breath all together. Inhale, lift, lift, lift. And exhale, open. Beautiful work, everybody. Have a great rest of your Sunday. Thanks again.